It's Monday morning and I have got some breaking news. The sky has turned blue and there's this huge yellow thing which is really blinding if you look at it directly. Haven't been seen for a long time. Well, we've got a busy week and a busy weekend that we've just had as well. So let's get into it. So as part of our busy weekend, we had a chap come up from Cornwall called Mark, who has decided to purchase the VW Touareg, which is great news. He's seen it, he's very happy with it. We've got to give it a full valet and he's going to pick it up on the 1st of March, which is lovely. So thank you very much for making the journey. And we've also taken a reservation on the Range Rover Discovery. They haven't seen it in person just as yet, but of course we tried to put as much information out onto our website with pictures, etc. all around. We are going to get this across to the body shop very shortly though. I just want to get this bit sorted. It's nothing major by any means, but I want it to be sorted. I want it to be right. So we'll run that over to the body shop shortly on that one there. We've also got some fantastic stock to pick up this week, but they are in need of some TLC. 2 of which we're buying from Max, and one of them's in real need of TLC, but it'll make a really lovely car. I think we're buying it right to allow for the bits that we need to do on it. So I'm looking forward to showing you that there. And because of the big burning bright thing in the sky, it means that we're not raining at the moment, and we're going to get the Range Rover outside to be photographed and advertised. We've already had inquiries on that car just from last week's video, so I don't think it's going to stick around for too long. I've also got the DPF doctor coming in to have a look at the Mercedes-Benz to give me a proper diagnosis and a fix for that there. As I say, it's all to do with AdBlue and he's very well versed in all of that, so he's going to have a look into that for me. So yeah, busy week, and I'm also going to be starting the series on my new toy, which is part of the end there, the XFRS. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel to get the updates on that car. They are going to be separate videos, a separate series, because there is so much to be getting into on it. It's worthy of its own little series, really. So yeah, we'll wait for Colin to come in to do that, run that over to the body shop, and then get the Range Rover outside and advertised. So we're kicking off with a bang after a good weekend. Oh, rugby, I'm not talking to anyone about it this week, so upset, but we'll move on. We'll get Ireland this weekend, it'll be fine. And if you're Scottish, well done, you played absolutely class. Monday afternoon stroke evening, of which we've got the Range Rover advertised. I managed to skip the rain to take the boys over to the field for to have a good run around, and I've also had this RS5 pop back to us. So it's not the one that we sold, it's actually trying to help out a fellow trader called Cam, who's based the other side of the country to us, but his customers local. Obviously it's a very big thing these days with car dealers selling cars across the UK, and there's always that worry that if something were to go wrong, is where do you take it? And I do believe in a little bit of karma. I think if I can help someone out, hopefully if I ever need any help, someone to help me out, as they have previously. I've had some great people help me out across the country, but I've also had some not great garages try to take advantage of the situation. But it is a bit of a poorly RS5, which is a bit of a shame. It's only done 55,000 miles, looking like something to do with the mechatronic unit within the gearbox, which is a common thing, but hopefully we can come to a solution and try and help Cam out as much as we can with that there, because his customer's a really lovely bloke, lives local to us and really likes the car, and it is a really nice one. As I say, the mileage is great, specs great, but yeah, just that mechatronic unit could be a bit of an issue. So I'm not going to drive it because I don't want to cause any more damage, but I can happy to kind of read the fault codes. His customer's in one of our courtesy cars. Again, I do believe in trying to help people where you can. So yeah, we'll kind of keep you updated on a car that's not even ours this week, which is, you know, one of those. But yeah, we've ordered some rubber mats for the Touareg because we did that as part of the deal. We've also ordered a new rear wiper because when I was moving it earlier, I noticed it was quite streaky. But yeah, the Range Rover is advertised, E-Class is sorted. I'm going to put the other two back onto the forecourt now. And yeah, we'll catch up in the morning. It is now Tuesday morning, of which we're definitely having a bit of a cold spell. It's very cold in the showroom. We've looked at different heating options, but there's so many gaps around the door, the roller shutter door and things like that. None of the heat ever stays in, but at least it's not raining, which is good. We've had a relatively decent inquiry on the Porsche Boxster. I reduced it last week by £1,000, which obviously isn't ideal. I don't really want to be doing that. But it is time that that car is moved on. It owes me more than it stands in it at the moment, but doesn't matter. I'm sure we'll get it sold soon. Obviously, it's freshly repaired, ready to go. And this chap has got an Audi TT. So we've been in conversations about that. He sent me a few pictures because he's quite far up north. So yeah, we're in discussions and we'll see what kind of comes from that, which is good. I've also come to a little bit of a gutting revelation. Not one that I'm particularly excited about, but needs must and all of that. So inside the showroom at the moment is the latest toy that I bought, and I love what I do. Absolutely love all the cars I like to stock and I sell, and I keep a couple for myself, but it becomes a thing. I drive my truck 95% of the time. Genuinely, we go everywhere in that truck. It's brilliant and it's great for the dogs that we have and everything like that. And I've got these two, which are currently in my personal collection. This little 911 996 Carrera 2 Tiptronic. I absolutely love it. It's only done 59,000 miles. It's a stunning little car. And I've also got my S-Class, which I've had probably about 4 years now, neither of which get driven much at all. So I'm selling both of them, and it's really kind of gutting because I have an attachment to these cars. They're absolutely wonderful, but I'm making room for what's behind the roller shutter door there, which I'm just about to start my own series on, doing a few videos. So the tough decision has been made to sell these. This one's got a personal plate, which I've had since my 18th birthday. So I'm going to take it off the S-Class. We took it inside yesterday to give it a really good clean. But yeah, it's going to need to go. I've already sold the little 911. It's going to a friend of a friend. Well, it's my friend's father-in-law actually is who's buying it, and it's absolutely stunning, and he knows the car quite well, so I'm really pleased that it's going to him. But the S-Class, I mean, they're not worth an enormous amount of money, but that particular one is stunning with an enormous specification, drives really well, but it just doesn't get used. And with the new one, they're definitely not going to get used. So, and I need the space. You know, we've got 2 more cars to collect tomorrow, which I'm excited to show you. Both need a bit of prep, but both very much kind of cars that we want to be stocking. So yeah, I need the space. I can't just keep it in my own personal garage because it wouldn't last that long. So yeah, quite a tough decision, but I've already sold the 911 and I'm going to be selling the S-Class shortly. I'll get it all cleaned up and photographed and put onto a couple of trade sites, etc. To get that one moved on. And then the RS5, as I say, we kind of confirmed our suspicions that it is going to be the mechatronic unit. Spoken to the dealer, who again is based pretty much the other side of the country, and he's decided that he's going to unwind the deal with the customer and get the RS5 collected, or the customer's going to get it back to the dealer up north, which is a real shame because it looks like it's an absolutely lovely car. But I absolutely know the feeling that you want to be in control of the repair that happens sometimes on these cars. You want it to be close to you, and you want it to be done with people that you can kind of trust to do so. I did make a couple of suggestions, but I absolutely understand the feeling that you want to be in complete control and have, you know, the car near you and not the other side of the country. So that'll be collected in the next day or two. But yeah, so there's a few things that are ongoing inquiry wise, etc. But yeah, just a bit gutting. I know it's the right thing to do because obviously I can't have 4 cars. I can only drive one at a time. Plus obviously we've got soaps from a can that we use for the longer trips and everything as well. So yeah, 2 of them are going to go. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting these new bits of stock that we're getting tomorrow. They're proper cars, but they do need some love. So we'll get into it. It's Tuesday night. I was able to miss the rain when I took the boys over to the field. Still got plenty dirty, but we've been to the body shop to pick up the Discovery 5, and as you can see, that is looking absolutely spot on. So plan is tomorrow morning first thing to get that over to Nathan so that he can put a fresh MOT on it. We only serviced it about 1,000 miles ago, so it doesn't need that. and obviously I'm not expecting any advisories at all on the MOT, given that it's done so little miles. But I just, for my peace of mind and also for the customer, we like to have it that it has the 12 months on there, which is fine. And then tomorrow we're meeting Max in the E-Class because he's having that. It's too many miles for us now. It's 121,000. Drive is absolutely lovely. It's a really nice car, but just too many miles for us at the minute. So we're going to trade that to him. And then I've got 2 cars to pick up, both of which need a common problem sorting on them, and one of which needs a lot more bodywork, so that's going to be going straight back over to the body shop. But I think I've bought them really well, and I'm hoping that they're going to be good sellers for us, obviously. So yeah, looking forward to showing you what they are. It's now Wednesday morning, on which I'm at Tatnos Cross with the Discovery, so we're getting a fresh MOT put onto that, which will be good. And then we've got somewhere around here the gearbox, which is going in to the Evoque with the 666 plate, which obviously isn't on it anymore. We just need to change those plates. But yes, that one's going on the ramp to have the gearbox sorted. And then I'm going to run back in Nathan's truck now back to the showroom. We're then meeting Max later this morning. I'm picking up 2 bits. One bit needs an enormous amount of love, and the other bit just needs a little bit of love, but we don't mind it. We'll get into the work. I'm looking forward to showing you what they are, really. So I'm now back at Totnes Cross in what feels like an absolute storm, but I have picked up, this is the first one that I picked, well, we picked them both up, so driving back to the showroom. This is the one that needs a fair bit of love, but I am very excited about having it in our stock. So it is a Range Rover L405 autobiography, which is of course the full size, and it has the 4.4 SD V8, and being an autobiography, it is very well spec'd. So we've got obviously the metallic black on the outside with the ivory interior, which is stunning. Got the soft headrest and everything. Massage seats, which is lovely. So we've got a massage function. So I've quite enjoyed the drive back. Obviously full electric, heated and ventilated. We've got heated steering wheel with the nice leather. We've also got heads-up displays, which you can see that on there. We've got Apple CarPlay, we've got Meridian sound system, leather headlining with the panoramic roof. Obviously we've got the ambient lighting we can just about see in the daytime here. I was quite glad to pick up a Range Rover, to be fair, because the roads are absolutely horrific. But this one stinks, and it stinks of burning oil. It's a very, very common thing on these 4.4 SD V8s. So I'm going to put money on the fact that it's an oil cooler, which sits in the V of the engine. It's a bit of a bugger to get to, but obviously it needs doing. It's only done 77,000 miles. It's got a lovely service history, but we've seen quite a few of these engines with the oil cooler that needs doing. Soft closed doors, which is great, they work. So we've actually got, they're the same alloys, same style of alloys, but I reckon someone's probably used a spare, because these ones are painted and they need refurbishing. As you can see, that is, you know, bashed about a bit, to say the least. The tyres are all really good though, because they're Pirelli Scorpion tyres. And then you'll notice this one's a different colour, same style alloy, but this one's obviously previously been diamond cut, or diamond cut finish, but with the grey insert. So that looks odd, as you can see on that side. But then this side, they're both painted. So I would say someone's had the alloy wheels refurbished at some point without doing the spare, because most people don't. Had to use the spare, which is obviously still the diamond cut finish, put that on, so now we've got odd alloys on it. So we need to get the alloy wheels refurbished, all of them. But as I say, the Pirelli Scorpion tyres are all really good. They just look so majestic, don't they? They're absolutely fantastic cars to drive, but that one stinks. And the reason that it needs love, or a lot of love, is A, the oil cooler, because it absolutely stinks of oil and is burning it. And B, is this bit here, needs to go to the body shop. It's hard to show in the rain, but obviously you've got damage there, got damage to this trim down here, and on the inner lining here. And on this side as well, you can see it's been caught. Not quite so bad this side without any of the damage to the panels or anything like that. But I mean, no warning lights on the dash or anything like that. The lights are all really good. But yeah, obviously needs some love on there. Needs all 4 alloys doing, needs the oil cooler doing, and then we're going to give it a fresh service and an MOT to make sure that obviously it's what we need it to be. But that is going to be a fair amount of money spending on it. But when it's done, it's going to be an autobiography with 77,000 miles. Lovely history, lovely spec, and it really is lovely spec with the pan roof and heads-up display and massage seats and all of that. Has it got no rear entertainment. We've got the rear climate control and everything like that as well. So hopefully I bought it right to allow to get those bits done, because it just needs, well, sorting. It needs a good polish on this rear quarter as well, so I can't feel that much on my thumb. Needs a good polish there, but yeah, so this is definitely going to need a bit of love, and it's going to be an ongoing thing, but we're going to make sure that it is right. I'm going to pick up the Discovery in just a moment, because that one is ready to rock and roll with the MOT, and then I think potentially they've got the Evoque in the workshops. Whether I can show you or not, I don't know. It is indeed. The Range Rover Evoque is on the ramp, and the gearbox, is it going in or coming out? It's coming out. So the gearbox is coming out of this one to put the other one in. But yeah, let's get back to the showroom. So we've now got the sold Discovery inside the showroom, of which we're hoping Paul's going to come and collect that tomorrow morning. And I'm really hoping, Paul, that we have better weather for you to view it in, because it's absolutely hammering it down. But this is the other car that we have bought, and I actually supplied this one. I had this one about 3 years ago or so. Same as this one, so these would have been in similar kind of times. This is a 4.4 SCV8 autobiography, but it's the pre-facelift in this one, so it's a 2015. They facelifted, well, once in 2017, which is kind of like a half facelift, and then it facelifted again in 2018, where it had the screens and bits like the other one that I've just shown you. But this one's lovely, drives really, really well, in a lovely colour combination, because it's got the grey exterior, nice big 22-inch turbine alloy wheels, the deployable side steps, the black leather with the ivory setup, which is nice, and it's also got the ivory suede headlining with a nice big glass panoramic roof. So we've still got the usual spec: adaptive cruise control, heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats, just put in a slightly different format. And this one, I do believe it does have the rear entertainment with both sets of headphones and all the rear climate control and everything like that. I'm going to jump inside it just because I'm getting absolutely soaking, but I'm very, very pleased with the two. I don't mind having cars back. I know a few dealers that don't like doing that. It's done 92,000 miles, so about 20,000 miles since I last had it. But just oh, you can tell So's been driving it because I am sat well high. Bring that down. But yeah, just they're great engines, the 4.4s. This one will go through the workshops next week, but there's no real kind of prep to do to it, in the sense that we can photograph it and advertise it, he says, whilst looking outside at torrential rain. But just really quite nice. Got the gloss piano black finish. Also got the obviously we're very well accustomed to the screens and bits that it has, the dual climate control and heated wheel and adaptive cruise. So yeah, incredible value. I think this is going to be like 19,995, which I think 3 years ago it was probably 27, 28. So they've become incredible. It might have even been 30,000 with obviously less mileage on it. But yeah, great sound systems, incredibly comfortable still. Still has all the nice luxuries, not quite so modern with the tech, but then obviously much better on the price side of things. So yeah, this is the other bit of stock that we have got. So very, very, very well, kind of going back to our normal ways of Range Rover heavy stock to ensure that we got some nice bits for stock. So yeah, I think this one, if I remember rightly, it might even still be the same. This side step I think sticks out, so we're going to get Nathan to look at that next week. But yeah, again, previous keepers kept all the Pirelli Scorpion tyres going on it, which is good because the rears look relatively fresh. The turbine alloys look really, really quite smart, but just a lovely colour combination, a proper, I would say, a gentleman's spec car given the colour combination and everything. But we're going to get this one clean, and I've still got to take the boys over to the field, and I'm going to get absolutely I'm already drenched, so what's the difference? But we'll get that one nice and clean for Paul. That one, I'm not sure if that's going to need an oil cooler or not, but I'm going to get him to check it because there's a little slight hint of oil coming through that you can smell. But still, very, very pleased with the two Range Rovers that I bought today. It is now Thursday morning and the weather is looking much better. Been in nice and early to get the Discovery exterior all clean, ready for Paul to collect, and at the same time cleaned the exterior of the lovely 4.4 autobiography which we're going to get into the showroom shortly to do all of the interior. Last night, my little 996 got collected by a really lovely local chap, so I'll probably still see it around. And yeah, it's gone absolutely to the right person. So yeah, gonna miss that car, but I've got an itch with that XFRS, which just needs to be scratched and needs to be prepped properly and everything like that. So yeah, we're going to start doing a few bits on that. So yeah, we got the handover on the Discovery. Hopefully his journey isn't too bad because he had a really early start, traveling about 4 hours to come and collect it. We've also got 2 people wanting the same car. It's always a little bit awkward when it comes to that, because we've got an appointment that's booked for later this morning, and then someone else rang up and wanted to book an appointment for the same time. And I says, I'm sorry, the appointment side of things is almost, first come, first serve. And then I don't want to mess the original chap around and say, you come in earlier and you can have a look. So yeah, it's one of those first come, first serve things when there's an appointment booked on it already. But he's going to be in later this morning. Doesn't guarantee that he'll buy it by any means. So yeah, you can come in to have a look at that. And so yeah, we'll get this one in, clean the interior, and hopefully this sticks around and we can get it advertised later today. We'll see. We're now into Thursday afternoon. So the update is the Land Rover Discovery 5 has gone, that was parked here. He's now going over to see his son. Paul watches the channel, so thank you for making the monstrous journey, Paul. It's about 5.5 hours it took him to come and see the Discovery, but obviously, as we were anticipating, it's a very nice car, and he wanted to go ahead with the deal, which is great. This is the part exchange that we've taken in. It is a 2.2 Freelander 2 on a 64 plate, which, as most people will know if they're familiar with the cars, they stopped in 2015. So this is one of the later Freelanders, which is fine. We also had our appointment on this one, which is Matt's old Range Rover. So if you're watching this, Matt, I am sorry to say you are going to still be seeing it locally. He was hoping it would go further afield because obviously he put a lot of love into the car, and it's like when you see your old car driving around. So it is going to be staying locally, but the couple that bought it are really lovely. The other inquiry that we had on the Range Rover that I mentioned earlier, I rang them to tell them that unfortunately it sold. They weren't necessarily looking for a Range Rover in particular, just something a little higher off the floor, with 4x4 capability. So I said, well look, I have just taken in a lovely Freelander 2. I need to give it a quick rinse off and a clean now, which I'll do, but they're actually going to come and have a look at this one. So sometimes that's the way it goes. If that one's sold, it's not meant to be, but this one might just tick their boxes. So I'm going to get it washed off now. They're going to come in this afternoon to have a look at that, while Sophie is cleaning the 4.4 Range Rover inside. I'm not convinced I'm going to get the time to advertise this afternoon. It would be absolutely lovely, but there are other things that we need to be getting on with before getting that, but I'm sure we're going to advertise before the weekend. Now coming up 6:15 on the Thursday evening, of which I was able to get the Range Rover, the 15 plate Range Rover advertised and online, so I was really pleased about that. A bit of running around to do, so I took the Range Rover Sport that we had sold earlier today straight down to John at Get Smart in Stoke Gabriel so that he could do a scratch repair on the rear quarter. So we're going to pick that up in the morning. And then we've also had the customers come in to have a look around the Freelander. They've decided it's not one for them, and also didn't quite get what they wanted for their part exchange, which was a very nice Mercedes-Benz E250 or E220. But yeah, didn't quite work the deal out for them, which is a bit of a shame. But at the same time, I don't think I'll be having this Freelander for too long. I cleaned up the outside and it come up really well. Looks really good in the black, really well spec'd, as you can see, with the LED daytime running lights and the xenon bulbs and everything. A good spec. So it's the later style of steering wheel. So we've cleaned the outside. We haven't got round to doing the inside just as yet, but that's on tomorrow's plan. It's only done 76,000 miles with a lovely history, heated wheel, and it's the later style of steering wheel, which is quite nice. It's an auto, which is great, and it's the 2.2. But we've got the later screen in here with the sat nav, Bluetooth, and we've got a Meridian sound system. We've got glass roof. It's heated seats. It's just a genuinely a nice example. So it'll be one that we definitely go on with, both keys and everything like that. So I don't think it'll be here for too long, because these the last of the production Freelanders are always really popular, and that one's a very nice one. So we'll get that cleaned up in the morning and hopefully advertised before the weekend, which would be good. And then more running around. Hopefully we'll be picking up the Evoque as well, but I'll keep you posted on that. catch up in the morning. What a gloomy day, but it is Friday, and you know what that means, people. It means that we have made it to the weekend, which is fantastic. So yeah, really pleased I managed to get this one photographed yesterday, because of course the weather's horrific. Hopefully it's going to be cleared up for the afternoon, because I managed to clean the exterior of the Freelander, but Sophie's cleaning it now on the interior. I don't think it would take too long to do. Great turnaround from Get Smart, which is John down in Stoke Gabriel. Has done a scratch repair on the rear quarter there, so that's fantastic. Thank you very much. And the road is terribly dirty, because I've mentioned in previous videos they're building houses down there, and the trucks that are coming out means that my cars are absolutely filthy most days. But we'll clean them up later, get them ready for the weekend. A bit of running around to do. I'm hoping the adaptations will get done on the Evoque gearbox, whether they've got time or not over at Totnes Cross, because obviously they're very, very busy. Because if so, then I can swap the sold Range Rover with the Evoque. If not, it's going to be Monday, I imagine. So no problems whatsoever. I'm also going to try and do a little bit more on my XFRS, of which part 1 of that series is coming out on this Sunday. So make sure that you are liked and subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss that one. I think it's just going to be a really interesting car to kind of go through. I've got to start ordering some parts, which are going to be very expensive, because obviously it's a limited production car. But I'm looking forward to getting into that series. It should be good. So yeah, it's I'm also getting an oil cooler delivered for the Range Rover that's over at Totnes Cross, so we get that over there. I've got a customer coming in for, they've got an older L320, which we didn't actually sell them, but they're other half bought vehicles from us. There's a light unit in this box here, a rear light unit, which we're going to replace for them. So yeah, plenty to be getting on with, and we're so close to the weekend. So it just goes to show that persistence is key. So the weather did eventually clear up. We had to wait until about 3 o'clock for it to do so. But we managed to get the Freelander photographed, and I'm going to advertise it in just a moment. Well, first of all, what we're going to do is take the boys over to the field so they get a good run around. But by the time this video comes out, the Freelander will be photographed and advertised. So to summarise the week, it was pretty good, to be fair. 3 wicked new bits of stock, one of which needs an enormous amount of work, which we'll obviously be showing you in next week's video. I've got the oil cooler that was delivered. We've got this lovely 4.4 topography, as well as obviously the Freelander that's come through. We sold the Range Rover Sport, Matt's old one, which is fantastic. We've also obviously had the Disco 5 go out. We've got the Touareg that sold over the weekend. We've also done a bit more filming today with regards to the XFRS, so a part 2 video. So again, that part 1 is coming out this Sunday, so be sure to see that. The Evoque, the gearbox is in. It is now driving, which is fantastic, but it has to go through a series of adaptations, which we've done when fitting gearboxes to cars previously. You almost have to teach it, or the gearbox has to learn what it is doing within gears and things. So we're going to do a final adaptations on Monday to then get it back here to finally be able to advertise that Evoque, which is, as I've mentioned previously in videos, it's a brand new Evoque on a 14 plate with the amount of parts that we've fitted to that vehicle. And I'm also going up to Andy's at some point next week to get a latest on the Porsche Panamera. That has been an absolute headache, but we will get it done. So yeah, I really hope that you've obviously enjoyed this week's video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The numbers are growing nicely. It's fantastic to see, so thank you to everyone who supports, and we look forward to seeing you next week.